possibilities. Well, welcome to the Architects of Fate streaming extravaganza. That's right, you found the self-proclaimed original Twitch TTRPG stream that lets you shake up our world. Now pay attention, because this is how it works. If you'd like to add some loops to this roller coaster ride of a show, you're gonna need fate chips. Now these magical loyalty points can be earned just by watching, following, hosting, subscribing, or just engaging with us in the chat. It's like free money, Pete. With your fate chips, you can use your powers as an architect to heal your favorite players, summon items that will make their adventure a lot easier, or a lot harder. You can even make players say or sing outrageously silly things. Think of those possibilities. But wait, there is more. You can also toss our unsuspecting heroes into random encounters that will leave them sweating, strategizing, and questioning their life choices. All it takes is a quick redeem command in the chat. You choose the item or action and the player you want to mess with, and we'll take it from there. So sit back, relax, and prepare yourselves for a mind-blowing spectacle of storytelling and mayhem. We've got adventure, we've got drama, and more surprises than a clown car at a kid's birthday party. So let's go!
muted? Oh, sorry. I guess we're live. Sorry about that, folks. Our tech director was muted and saying he's going to give us a countdown, but
missing 2 cameras though.
Yeah, instead. Yeah, so
we're missing 2 cameras though.
Yeah, it looks like Jim and Cam are having some technical difficulties, but we'll get that sorted out. We'll shake that out. So welcome to episode 2, famous last words of the last Dirge of Arnor, the Middle-earth fourth age adventure happening only here on Architects of Fate. I'm Rowdy Rob, your GM, and I'm super excited to continue our story with our hand-picked team of players. We're going to give them the floor here now just for a minute. We'll go Dusty, Jim, Cam, Chance in that order. Just give us a little bit about yourself. We'll save the stuff for the characters in a little bit. So just tell us a little bit about you.
I've been playing role-playing games now for a few years, although I was reading Dungeons & Dragons books since the mid-'80s. Retired, and now I spend all my time enjoying stuff like this.
Awesome. Jim?
I am Jim. I've been playing probably for about 10 years or so. I've never played anything in Middle-earth before. This has been a lot of fun. I am not here and no one can hear me. I'm going to say
all right. So Jim is a ghost.
I did hear him.
He's given us the most eloquent introduction you've ever seen on any streaming platform ever. And unfortunately, you all missed it. And now he's going to have to do take 2, which is never as good as take 1. Or is it? Go ahead, Jim. I think you're good now.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jim. I've been playing RPGs for 10 years or so on the tabletops of the world.
On the interwebs.
On the interwebs. On a real table a couple times.
Okay, Cam?
Hey, everybody. I'm the oldster probably of the bunch. I've been playing D&D since the original 3-book box set. Started in 1976. And then I only recently started doing this stuff online. About 2 years ago, I joined the Architects of Fate here for some Star Trek role-playing. And while Star Trek is probably my first love, certainly J.R.R. Tolkien is right up there. So when I had the opportunity to dabble my hairy hobbit toes in the waters of Middle-earth, I jumped at it.
Awesome. And Chance, you're batting cleanup today.
And I am Chance, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of you might recognize me here from the Architects of Fate, from the Cyberpunk Red campaign that I run, the Conan campaign that I used to run. In either of the Dungeons & Dragons campaigns I've been in, the Rifts Multiversal Madness campaign I was in several years ago. I have been enjoying my time here at the Architects of Fate now for a few years. Absolutely love it, but I have been doing tabletop RPGs for a whole heck of a lot longer. Not quite 1970-something longer, but I started out at 2nd edition. Technically I started out at MERPS, but really I started out in 2nd edition in 98, 99, and I have been going nonstop ever since. And until I found the Architects, I was always the GM, never the player. Now I get to cause havoc as the player after having all of these years of practice of having all of my players cause havoc on my campaigns. I get to return the favor.
All right. And the good thing is, folks, we're playing with the Cypher system. Thank you, Chance. And we're doing a little bit of a modified Cypher system. The players are doing sort of a milestone type leveling up with the Cypher system. And any XP they gain during the session are available for player intrusions and modifications. So we're giving Chance lots of opportunities to cause some chaos with a little bit of XP here and there. And I'm interested to see how this sort of milestone / heavy focus on player intrusion, especially paired with the redeems that come with Architects of Fate, all plays out. So without further ado, let's dive into episode 2, Famous Last Words. And last time we left our players a little soggy as they were leaving the encounter with the Red Water Gang, having rescued Hirluin from Lossarnach from certain doom within a warehouse. Hirluin had gotten into a bit of a lumber dispute with a local gang who was trying to sell him some subpar lumber, and our intrepid heroes intervened and rescued him. They now find themselves back at the Muddy Swan, finishing, having gone back, cleaned up. They're now awaiting a summons from Lord Orvandil, who was the master who was ultimately buying the lumber and who is grateful for the saving of Hirluin. So we shall move back to the Muddy Swan, which you now find is in a much different state than it was this morning when you were having your breakfast. The Muddy Swan was nearly empty this morning when you were having your breakfast. In fact, it was empty. You were the only patrons there, but now it's afternoon, early, just before dinner time. You're awaiting the summons from Lord Orvandil, and the Muddy Swan is packed. Every table nearly has someone at it, folks from all over the realms, folks from all over the reunited kingdoms. And you folks are now finally getting a chance to at least relax and talk about the morning escapade. So now let's just take a minute and we'll hear from each of you about your characters. Let's go in reverse order this time. Reverse from the introductions.
Well, I'm playing Kevrum Blinkensop, a surly dwarven combat engineer who has spent, about 4 or 5 human lifetimes wandering around and building the very walls and defenses and roads that the party uses and explores. Oh, did I mention he's a little grumpy?
All right. I think, Cam, we're going in reverse order.
Hey everybody, I'm Harlan Berryshingles. You can call me Har. I'm a hobbit from the West March. My parents used to live over in Buckland, but moved to the West March after it was given to the hobbits by the great King Elisar. And, I got the urge to travel. I just didn't like staying around there so much, so I started wandering to the south. I dragged myself down towards Tharbad, and I tend to attract trouble. I don't like to, but it seems to follow me for some reason. And one day I got hurt, and Kevrum saved me, and the rest is history.
Hello, everybody. I am Rhuen Rue, and I have been wandering the forests of this world since I was in my teens, and I came across these folks in one village or another, and I stuck around.
I am Vayman Stall, and although I was born in Felagir, I have been in Tharbad for a couple of years. I am in all sorts of different businesses, always looking for my next opportunity.
All right. So in this busy tavern near the water, in the Sump region of Tharbad, the newly rebuilt city of Tharbad, as Kevrum has told us, we are now in the 4th Age 150, just to level set our viewers. What are you folks chatting about? What's on your minds as you guys are hanging out in the tavern after this little bit of chaos this morning?
Are any of these folks here in the tavern involved or spectating or like outside in the prior event?
From the morning?
Yes.
You don't think so? It would appear these are either regulars. This is kind of your regular watering hole. Some of them are regulars. Some of them maybe are some travelers who kind of found their way down to the Sump area here. But no, they seem to be just sort of regular folk.
And honestly, Kevrum has already like moved on from it. His only thing he's going to do is at some point in time, he plans on bringing a beer to Mr. Gorthauer.
Okay. Anything else you guys noticing, talking about?
Is it a
So
happy
is-
bunch?
Yeah,
What's
it's
the vibe
pretty.
of the room?
It's pretty lively. It's just before dinner time, and yeah, it's the regular crowd rushes in.
Very good.
Is Gorthauer or Noro? I guess we're the two
Rudd. It was
Redwater
Gorthauer and
gang.
Rudd, but no, they aren't here.
Rudd. Okay.
Is anybody can I overhear if I kind of walk around while I pick up my rabbit stew from the bar? Do I hear anybody talking about maybe they've heard rumors about what went down this morning, or maybe they're speaking of the kind of the poor lumber that came down?
Well, you can if you want, you can give me a perception or an investigation roll if you have one of those abilities. And I just realized that's what I'm missing. I don't have my character sheets open. That's what was missing.
Let's see.
So just you don't. We'll give it a no difficulty. So just roll with no difficulty and let me know if you want to use effort, you can.
Okay, and we're rolling.
And
Which
we'll
one?
see what-
Intellect. One of the intellect?
if you don't have a perception ability or skill, then yes, it would just be intellect. Let's see. You have you could use pleasant social interactions.
Maybe I'd use pleasant social.
Yeah, sure. You know, it's like, hey, how's it going today? Oh, hi, nice to see you.
And difficulty level 0.
Yeah, just give it a 0 and let's see where it lands.
All right.
All right. Yeah, it's a 7. You don't really detect anything of interest. It's mostly just small talk. Everyone's kind of just either laughing rowdily together about the things that they're particularly interested in. You hear one comment about a shipment that's coming up from Gondor. It's a bit late. You do hear another comment about a little bit of rabble rousing that happened a few days ago, maybe that someone was arrested for, but nothing really relevant to your episode this morning.
Okay.
Does Vayman recognize anyone in the bar as being a member of the Redwater gang?
If you want to roll for it, you can. You don't recognize anyone that was part of the situation this morning. If you want to roll to determine if you identify, an edge case or, someone maybe lesser known, then you can. But you don't recognize anyone from the situation this morning. Okay, 16 beats a difficulty 5, which is pretty good. I'm gonna say no. No, you don't. There's no one in here of concern or related to the Redwater gang.
Okay.
And you guys are regulars here, so you would kind of notice maybe if someone were out of place, especially with a difficulty 5 roll. This seems pretty normal. This is a normal evening for the Muddy Swan. All right. Any other interests or activities in what's going on?
Everything seems pretty relaxed.
All right.
Chill.
So, Har, have you gone back to the table, or are you still kind of wandering around? What's your state?
I'll go back to the table before my stew gets cold.
Ah, okay. All right.
Well, I haven't heard much yet from what went down this morning. I don't know if people know that much about it or if they just don't care.
Some blowhards going off with some blowhards.
Aye.
Blowhards. Okay. You get you guys have your meals. You spend some time just kind of relaxing, reminiscing about the morning, and about the time that you had been promised, you would be approached with a message. The young fellow that you saw this morning, Sador Salian, stumbles up the stairs. He literally comes into the tavern. You see him kind of walking, looking around. He's kind of looking up and down. He's kind of looking all over for you. He kind of doesn't quite maybe understand that folks are normally seated and so on at a bar. Maybe he's never even been in a tavern, this young fellow. But you do see him kind of step up here, and then Kevrum, you call to him. He kind of turns, and as he comes up the stairs, in similar fashion to the morning, fumbles and falls on the stairs. This kid, maybe his legs are too big, or maybe he's had a growth spurt recently, and he's a little bit clumsy, but he kind of clambers back to his feet.
Master's not being burnt alive again now, is he?
No. Everything is fine, and I've come to fetch you if you are ready for your audience with Lord Orvandil. He's very keen to meet you.
You're very keen to meet him back.
All right.
All right.
You can finish your dinner. Lord Orvandil is very casual. He's simply cleared his schedule for the evening, and he's happy to entertain you when you arrive. If you're finished, we can leave.
What is he the Lord of?
Well, Lord Orvandil has a very auspicious position. Lord Orvandil is the March Warden of Minhiriath. Minhiriath, I'm sure you know, one of the larger regions here in Arnor, recently appointed by King Eldarian himself. You're muted, Chance, or something.
March Warden, that's like military governor?
March Warden, yeah, it's kind of responsible for the protection of the public, making sure there's no threats in the region.
Not necessarily like governor, but like Inspector General, Sergeant at Arms.
Kind of, making sure that the region is safe for business and commerce and general citizen operations. So it's not really a military title. It is a bit more of an administrative title with some military oversight to make sure the region is safe.
Well, I am ready when you all are. I'm looking forward to meeting the auspicious March Warden.
Yep, I'm all finished with my stew.
Yep. Got the bowl and the bread, just making sure everything is gone.
Good to the last drop.
Last drop.
I'm trying to find if there is a map that actually says what the region of Minhiriath is.
Yeah, I can show you that. We can look at that briefly while you guys are finishing.
Oh, here we go. It's the southwestern portion of Eriador. Found it. Okay.
Yeah, it's between the Brandywine or the Branduin and the Gwathlo rivers that both
does it go all the way up to the East Road in Arnor, or is it basically from Tharbad to the coast?
From the South Road, typically down to the coast. So the Great South Road comes curving down from the Shire to Tharbad, and Minhiriath is essentially not including the Shire, the region south of the road all the way down to
so we're on the very far corner of it.
Yeah, you're kind of in the northeast corner of Minhiriath.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Minhiriath, does that include the Enedwaith?
No. Enedwaith is a separate region.
So the Brandywine to the Grey Flood from the north-south road to the coast.
Basically, yes.
Got it.
Maybe Sador sort of explains all this. He may know it, and he's kind of explained it all for you, so as well.
Because in all of my travels, this is as far west as I have really gone southwest. I've been up in the mountains and the Blue Hills and stuff, but I've never been out in these plains out here.
Mm-hmm.
Not really dwarf country.
Yeah, not so much. I'm just throwing up the region of Minhiriath for the viewers as well, so they can see.
Yeah. Okay.
The stream's taking a bit to update here, but they'll see it in a moment. All right, so if you're all ready,
That's a way better map than mine.
I know what's going on here. That's a focus problem. There we go. That should fix it. Apologies, viewers. There we go. Minhiriath. Sorry, that was my problem.
How do you do a focus that forces all the players to center on your focus?
I think only I can do that. Focus ping. So there's ping everyone, and then there's focus ping, which lets it move.
Okay.
So, and I got to remember to do that. Okay, so once you're all ready, you settle up with Brella, the Brella Bast, who's the tavern owner, and you head off for a bit of a trek through the city of Tharbad, which most of you know quite well. Sador tells you that Lord Orvandil's manor is up in the upper city. So let me get you back to the Tharbad map here. And we'll just kind of center on the Sump here a little bit for everyone, just to, again, level set on where we are. And it's going to be a bit of a walk. It's probably, a good 20-minute walk through the city and up to Lord Orvandil's manor in the upper city. And I've got him up here, so you'll see that in a moment. And for those watching, yes, this is a map from MERP. Cam, I think, and Chance had also played MERP back in, as well as I did. I did some GMing of MERP way back in the day. All right, anything you guys want to do, look at, explore on your way to the manor?
I mean, I will probably be telling this kid history of things, but it's going to be like, and that set of stones right there, I placed those down, probably 54 years ago. I got those rocks from the mountainsides up in, completely diving deep into where I got the rock and
composition of the rock and why it's the best stone.
And those had to be placed in the north-south alignment because the chiseling on it was wrong, and so I couldn't use it for the main thoroughfare because that needs to have pure granite, not 90% granite.
Right. All right, so you're going to make your way up this way, across through the city, over the bridge, and then up kind of into the square, and then over to here. So Sador is very interested in the history. Seems like a bright young kid, even if a little bit clumsy, but very interested in hearing about the story, as I'm sure some of your companions are as well.
So Sador, are you a page for his lordship?
No, I'm the assistant to Hirluin. I'm an understudy surveyor / aide / kind of everything.
All right, I might just call you Slash then.
Well, he kind of likes that. Slash, yes. I kind of like that name. All right, so meandering through the city in the evening, quite busy. There's a lot of hustle and bustle going on in the city. Mostly calm, folks moving through. Very average evening in late summer. Nice evening temperature. The sun still not set yet. Probably the perfect day, we would say. So let me go to here, and I will move you all here, and you can all just drop yourselves outside the door, I believe. And Sador is already there, and he quickly runs up the door. And as you are approaching, there is another fellow that is leaving the building. And Sador kind of nods to him. The chap kind of nods. He's carrying some books and papers and whatnot, and seems to be in a bit of a rush, heading out the door as you are heading in. Not really mysterious or anything. He just seems to be a busy city official, and he's leaving as you are coming in. And I will just kind of open up this map a little bit here. Sador kind of leads you into this lobby area, and very sort of opulent residence. Why is that not working? Sorry, hang on. There we go. I'm just going to be a little bit rough with the reveal here. Hopefully that works. As you file in, you see, first thing you see is a city guard on the front step, which you may or may not have noticed there, down here, right out front. And inside is another chap who seems to be some sort of man-at-arms in the manor here. So I will throw his image up. So just inside the door, there's a soldier / armed chap, and then the city guard outside. And since you had all come, you had noticed that there were a couple other city guards around the outside of the building as well, just casually patrolling, guarding the manor. Does that help with the, I think you guys can see the main lobby there, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Sador kind of turns and he's starting to walk backwards. He's kind of a little excited. He's kind of feels like he's part of something. This group who was, these heroes, but he's kind of walking backwards and he kind of trips a little bit on the carpet as he seems to be, again, very clumsy. But he's walking backwards, telling you, oh, this is the statue from Arnor. We brought that up on the wagon. And he's kind of describing all of these things, these possessions of Lord Orvandil. And he kind of leads you over this way. You all get a nod from the man-at-arms by the door as Sador leads you in.
Be like, not quite studying, but looking at the statue and any of the stonework in particular, I'll be definitely mildly inspecting.
So you would know most of what you're seeing in here, decorative-wise, likely came straight from Gondor. It's all either been shipped as part of the Lord's goods or items as he came from Gondor, or the structure of the building. You can see a few local decorations maybe that were either part of the building when it was built, or maybe they were purchased in a local market just to sort of fill in a few knickknacks here and there. But overall, most of the items and paintings and whatnot on the wall are all from Gondor. All right. Sador leads you over here to this door, opens the door, and just inside the door you see Hirluin, whom you had rescued, standing inside the door. It's a very well-appointed sitting room, and Hirluin greets you. Ah, my friends. Wonderful to see you again. Thank you so much for this morning.
Good to see you, a little less roasty.
Yes. Good to be less roasty. Thank you. Come in. Lord Orvandil will be with us shortly. So he invites you all in to have a seat.
I'll start, if there's not a fire going in the fireplace, I'll start building it for the evening.
All right. Hirluin sees you. That's Master Dwarf. That's quite unnecessary. We can have someone do that for us.
Water my own hand's not good enough for you.
Well, I mean, you've clearly proven this morning that they are. So I appreciate it.
Oh,
By all
I'm
means.
sorry. Are you afrad of fire now? I'm sorry. That was insensitive of me.
Oh, such a joker. This chap. Oh, I do love the Kazed humor.
I continue making the fire.
Yes, very well. Sador, please let what is her name? Flora. Please let Flora know that our guests have arrived. Sador runs across the room, tripping again on the carpet and fumbling out of sight.
So Vayman is making himself very comfortable on the couch. He's got his feet up on it. He's picked up a group of grapes and he's just kind of popping them in his mouth. He's relaxing. He's enjoying the trappings.
All right.
Have you got any taller benches or stools or something? Otherwise, I'll probably stand because this table's rather big.
Master Hobbit, you could use the bookshelf if you choose. There's the chest over here. Maybe it's more to your liking, or I can get Sador to get you something.
Yeah, maybe if he wants to bring me like a stool.
And as you say that, you may or may not notice Kev pausing for a second, looking over at Har. I just starts muttering to himself like measurements. 37 inches by 12. If it's made of mahogany, it'd be pretty heavy. What if I went with...
So Vayman walks over as this is going on to the bookshelf, and he picks up about 8 books, and then he goes over to the and puts 2 books under each of the feet of one of the chairs and raises it up.
Oh, nice.
Then he just casually sits back down and goes back to his grapes.
All right, good. You can give yourself an XP for that one, Vayman. That's a very ingenious solve. And I also forgot, everyone, my tradition at my table and a lot of Cypher GMs is you get 1 XP for showing up. So everyone gets 1 XP just for being here at the start of the game. So you can add 1 XP to your sheet.
Sorry about that. Wrong button.
Master Hobbit, would this suffice, or this is Hirluin speaking. Should I send for another seat?
Oh, this will work fine. Thank you.
All right. Very good. I will go check on Master Lord Hirluin, Lord Orvandil. Sorry, I'll be right back, gentlemen. So Hirluin steps out. The doors sort of close behind him. As the doors close, Sador and a young, I believe she's young. Yes, a youngish lady appear with some drinks and food, and place it on the table in front of you. Where is she? She is here. We'll drop her there. Good evening, gentlemen. She just sort of nods and drops the food on the table gently, arranges the food in a very nice, presentation, very fancy silverware, very nice, richly appointed utensils and drinking mugs and so on.
Thank you kindly.
Sador drops some of the food that she had bid him to bring, and then the 2 of them leave the room.
Separately, I accidentally hit the rest button. I don't know how to reset the timer on that, but did we heal up our earlier edge pulls, or are those still down?
You would have had, if you didn't use it, you would have had your 10-minute recovery and your 1-hour recoveries to use.
I haven't used any of the recoveries yet.
Okay.
But just making certain that, theoretically speaking, we're still on that same
Yes.
Directive. Okay.
Well,
So in that case, I'm just going to go with the whatever I accidentally rolled.
Sure. So if some of you are low in your pools, you may roll some recovery rolls to recover them up to your 1 hour. We haven't passed 10 hours from the event this morning yet, but it's mostly inconsequential now. There'll be plenty of time for rest, notwithstanding any ninjas flying in through the windows.
Or Nazgul's coming up through the floor.
Yes, Nazgul's coming up through the floor. Exactly. All right, so you're left to your own devices for about five more minutes. You can eat, enjoy the drink. Flora, the housekeeper, comes in and out twice and asks if there's any particular drinks or any particular foods that anyone would like, and she'll happily take your orders.
Oh, this is
Vayman
really
will
good.
be, each time she pops in, he will, ask her name and make small talk and make her feel good about herself.
All right.
Trying to make a friend.
All right. So Flora, she's clearly from Gondor as well. So she came with Orvandil when he brought his house here, so to speak. So his entire family and housekeeper and man at arms and so on. So she came from Gondor, and she clearly looks like she did. After about 5 minutes, Hirluin comes in, and behind him is another man, a bit older gentleman, and Hirluin introduces him. My good men, I would like to introduce you to Lord Daran Orvandil of Anorian. Sorry, man, this mouthful. Even Hirluin fumbles a little bit as he's trying to get it out. The newly appointed March Warden of Minhiriath. And he strolls in, and I will pop him up for you. So there is Lord Orvandil. Greetings, my good men. Greetings. Welcome to my home. Seems very genuine, very pleasant fellow. He's not putting on any sort of airs. Seems very, very genuinely interested to meet you all.
A fine home you have here, my lord.
Yes. Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you. It's actually a much nicer place than I had in Minas Tirith, but I'm very happy to reside here in Tharbad.
Well, that's one thing we have here is space.
Well, yes, and Minhiriath certainly is a land of space, I believe. Well, he does kind of a bit of a beautiful mind situation. I think, looking, okay, I don't quite know the dimensions, but I almost think the entirety of Gondorian and Lossarnach and, many of those areas down there would probably fit within Minhiriath. It is quite a large area, so we certainly have our work cut out for us. And that's why I've invited you here. First of all, to thank you for taking care of my good man Hirluin here. We wouldn't be able to complete our work without him, that's for sure. But I'm also interested in offering you a job.
Interesting.
What kind of work did you have in mind?
Oh, very, very light work. Very light work. Well, listen, my mandate here within Minhiriath is to, well, first of all, carry out the king's will. But as you know, with the new I shouldn't say new, the efforts in the reunification of the lands are ongoing. It's been many, many decades, and still there are many wild areas. But as the March Warden, it's my duty to take care of the public and make sure that the lands are safe. We have to not only bring safety, but we have to support the infrastructure. We've got to monitor roads, and we must make sure that the safety and trade are all in good order within this region. Farms and merchants will see many benefits from the reunification efforts. A safer realm means prosperity.
Good roads lead to good lives.
Ah, hear, hear. Well said. And he reaches down and grabs a drink for himself and sort of toasts that statement from Kevrum. So I'm sure you know, Arnor has been broken really for centuries. Roads lost, borders forgotten, old loyalties left to harden in the dark. And the king means to restore that, restore what was lost. And I know well enough that Minhiria thought one day to be governed by its own people, but that day is not today. Not while the roads go unkept and lords rule by grievance, and every boundary is a matter for steel instead of record. Unfortunately, there's much work to be done. I have a mercenary group called the Silver Spears who have been roaming the lands of Minhiria for nigh on 3 years now, patrolling, clearing out the dark remnants that hide. And, well, I've received reports that the lands are starting to turn. The lands are seeing the benefits of our efforts and the money and the people that the king has injected into the region. And so as a result, Mr. Hirluin here is undertaking to survey the northern portion of the Minhiriath area. And we're assembling a crew to accompany him into that region for the survey purposes. It's perfectly safe now, I'm assured.
By your mercenaries?
Yes, they've been operating in the region for years. There should be no issues. A very routine survey.
Have you seen this for yourself?
Well, I've received reports from the mercenary groups. The sightings of dark forces have been all but none of late. There are many villages thriving and prospering now with the king's laws. And it's really...
Your own men-at-arms?
Have I sent my own men-at-arms?
No. Have you your own men-at-arms?
Have I my own men-at-arms? Well,
do you have them? Do you have them?
I do not have my own, but I have contracted the Silver Spears.
Well, if I may be so bold and begging your pardon, my lord, but this morning, the way those people were sort of not very responsive to the fact that Hirluin was one of your representatives, I fear that mercenaries who come from this region may not all be 100% behind the king, and you might need some of your own people from the south.
Oh, well, sorry, I wasn't sure about the question. I have hired some additional support troops. I'm not relying solely on your group for the muscle and the security of the survey group. I'm just attempting to bolster the troops and bolster the forces, if that was the nature of your question.
Just keep a few trusted souls around yourself.
Right, you need people you can trust. I mean, look at that wood that came through. I don't know if Hirluin went into great detail, but those guys were trying to rip you off.
Well, they most certainly were, and of course there's always a bad element in any city. Even Minas Tirith has, that unsavory underside, that seedy underside. Listen, it's true. The North remembers perhaps a different history than Gondor. Most folks will smile, nod, and, get on with their day, but there is some resentment that lingers, and sometimes all it takes is one slight, one tax or one load of rotten timber to turn quiet anger into something louder. So I understand, but, Regent Gilwyn has assured me that her patrols have really shown that the land is taking a turn now, a turn for the better. And it's time that we start showing a presence. And again, the my silver spears have been, well, my silver spears, these silver spears, have been patrolling Minhiriath for quite some time.
And what would you ask of us?
I simply want you to accompany Hirluin as aids, as support, as security, whatever he needs. If he needs someone to run a line and or carry a survey stick, whatever the requirements are, we're simply assembling a versatile crew that can fill many roles. And least of which, to keep away some of perhaps the wild creatures which tend to roam into camp from now and again.
Well, I, for one, would love to forge a relationship with you and your administration. So I'd be happy to join.
Well, thank you. And yes, Mr. Hirluin told me about you. Vayman Stall, correct?
That is correct.
Yes, I knew a stall. Once. Very, very reliable fellow. What was his name? I'm trying to remember. A Varian Stall? Any relation?
A Varian.
He had
the
a son.
name is familiar.
He had a son, a bit of a troublemaker, as I recall. Don't recall his name, though. Starts with T, maybe, but no matter.
I'm sure that if I would look at the family records, I could figure out where the relation is.
So, Avarian is your father's is essentially your grandfather. Sorry, Avarian is your grandfather.
Okay. I would know that, so
yes.
I would have said, yes, he was a great man. If he's passed.
Wonderful. Well, I can pay you each 2 silver per day, and I anticipate that this survey, Hirluin, how long? 3 weeks, sir. We should be there and back again in about 3 weeks is my estimation. About a week on the road, about a week surveying, and a week back. Of course, all expenses would be paid as well.
Our money pool that we have, it just says money. Is that 100 silver pieces, or are silver pieces like half golds, or?
Silvers are about, well, it depends on the area. They can be between 4 and 10 gold. It varies depending on market.
4 and 10 per gold?
4 and 10 per gold, yes.
Okay.
There's Tharnies and Cathars. I can't remember the exact name here. I have it right here, actually. Castars. Tharnies are silver and Castars are gold. And depending on the market, it's between 4 and 10 silver. You won't always get 4, you won't always get 10. So it's not really standard. Depends on a lot of factors.
It sounds all right to me. I always like thorny situations.
Just walk in the wilds.
How about you, Master Dwarf? You seem reluctant.
Oh, only see what I lunked it for. Well, that's enough. That's enough to get you some laborers. It's not enough to get you fighters. Hazard pay, should something happen, will be expected.
Well, I would expect nothing less then. If that's what it takes to seal the deal, then by all means.
You have a deal? But only because I don't want to see him smoked again.
Yes, well, very good. Yes, Hirluin is one of Gondor's finest. Fine young lad. Very, very sharp indeed. Going places, I'm sure.
And is the little one coming to Sador?
Oh, yes. Sador,
excellent.
kind of listening at the door, snaps to attention, salutes. Ah, very good, sir. I'm very excited about it. And then kind of peeks back out a bit.
If you're half as interested as you pretend to be, we'll have a lot of conversations.
This was for Hirluin or Sador?
Over at Sador.
Okay, yeah, he popped out back in. Very well. Do you have any other questions, gentlemen?
Aye, on a side note, have you started any trade with the Shire for Longbottom Leaf? I think you could make some money.
Very interesting. Do you have any contacts there?
I might, yes.
Well, I do know that there are the occasional shipments that come down the South Road, but I haven't formally made arrangements. I'm sure it's generally available in the city. I am newly come to Tharbad, but certainly Tharbad has been well established for several decades now. It's the clearing of it's the safety of the land that seems to be taking a bit longer.
Aye, that's for sure. Well, now that we have the West March, we're a little bit closer, so the trade wouldn't be quite so difficult for people from the Shire to get here without traveling too much in the wastes.
Well, I believe Lady Gilwyn rode through not too long ago. When I spoke to her the other day, she had said she had been through the Shire. She is, of course, as you know, the High Captain of the Rangers, of course, in addition to being the Regent of Arnor. Yes, she's a very industrious woman. Very, very impressive lady.
I'd like to meet her someday.
Ah, well, I probably can arrange that. So you all know that, and I shared this before the session, Lady Gilwyn is Aragorn's oldest daughter. So Aragorn's son, Eldarion, is king. His daughter, Gilwyn, is the regent of Arnor. So she is also the high captain of the Rangers. And so while Eldarion typically rules from Gondor and Minas Tirith, Gilwyn is here in Arnor doing the good work to secure the lands with the expanded ranger group. Yes, well, good sword arms are hard to come by, and the rangers are doing their best. I know Lady Gilwyn keeps the men on the move, certainly patrolling the realms, and it is a difficult task that I do not envy her, especially in the north.
I imagine it's tough. Now the important question, when do we hit the road?
Well, the caravan is in 2 days, correct, Hirluin? I believe it's in 2 days from now. Yes, sir. We are ready, and we'll be departing in 2 days. The morning, 2 days hence.
Excellent.
Yes. Anything else, gentlemen? All right. Well, I suggest we enjoy this food that has been laid before us. Hirluin, please pass on my thanks to Flora. And he actually just plops himself down in the chair here, as I'm assuming the fire is going by now, Chance, or Kevrum. The fire's going.
That's not a big one, but yes.
Yeah, he plops himself down in the chair. Hirluin kind of moves over here to lean against the table, the bookshelf. He notices there's books missing, and then sort of looks over to see the books on the floor under the chair, and kind of looks back and just kind of shrugs a little bit, like, well thought, well met. And proceeds to enjoy the evening of food and drink with all of you. Flora continues to bring more if you ask for it or need it. And Lord Orvandil seems like one of the guys, just happy to spend some time with some citizens here and share some stories. If you have specific questions about anything, you feel free to ask, whether it's about the mission, whether it's about Gondor, whether it's about Minhiriath.
Kevrum's really only going to have, like, as far as actual details goes, is this his new headquarters, or is this like his summer home or temporary home, or has he like full on moved here to be the March Warden?
Yes, I've moved here, so I am taking up residence here in Tharbad. My intent
Alright.
would be to establish a governor's residence at some point, probably near Ballast, down in Hirluin. And of course, that will not be me. I will not be the governor. I would never pretend to bring my authority here. We would certainly be looking for ideally someone local to take up that position as governor of Hirluin. And that would be something that Lady Gilwen would take care of. My responsibilities are to secure the region and outline the plans for infrastructure and supporting the citizens who have long fought to keep these lands for themselves safe.
Then in that, Kevrum is going to be happy to have, small talk, but mostly he's going to be asking about artwork and the statues and who is on the statues and who made the statues and who designed the artwork here, and just like asking into those details, not expecting any answer because most humans don't actually care about the history of their things. And
All right. So it's about so yes, you can certainly, and he's happy to entertain that, and he loves talking about the artwork and so on. And he says, "Oh well, Master Dwarf, have I got something to show you then?" So in the middle, he stands up, grabs a drink, "Come with me," and sort of leads you on a little bit of a tour through the house, specifically to this room next door. So he takes you around the corner, and just around here, I believe that's open. So he leads you in there, and there are even more statues in here. And more
Kev will
artwork.
definitely be in here studying the art, the work of the art more than the artwork itself, if that makes sense.
Yep. So he shows you, this was brought up from Arnorian. This is the first steward whom I admired his writings. He wrote about the trials and tribulations of maintaining the kingdom while it was fractured, while we waited for the heir to return, the heir of Elendil to return. Very, very insightful man. Appreciate his works. I have the books actually upstairs. Very, very insightful fellow. And he talks about this and talks about that and this piece of work and that art. And what he also has in here, interestingly, it's a good opportunity to show, is a painting of Lady Gilwen.
Is she single?
She is not, I'm afraid. No. Lady Gilwen has she spent a lot of time with her rangers, and well, a lucky chap managed to win her heart. Daranor Howlathad. Lucky fellow, yes. Would you believe this woman is 130 years old? Incredible. That Dunedain blood is just miraculous.
And, being quarter elf.
Indeed it is.
Oh, yes. And I'm sure that doesn't
half elf.
Or that doesn't hurt.
She's half elf.
Yeah, she's half. Actually, a little more than half, right? Because Aragorn had some in him.
52%, yeah.
Yeah, 52%. Yeah.
So if somebody did her ancestry.com, we could find out exactly what type of elves too. Some Sylvan, some Lost.
Oh, she's definitely Equinia.
So there's a painting of Gilwen in here. She, again, the regent of Arnor. This is one of the touchy points for a lot of the Ariadorians, or the folks who live in the region. She is Gondorian, but she does get a little bit of a pass because of her ancestry and her connection with the Rangers, but ultimately there's still a little bit of bitterness from the locals who really would like to see someone. What you all know, though, from your time here is no one has sort of come forward. No one, and Orvandil's happy to tell you this, that there is no one. No one has really established themselves as, with the desire to rule or to be the governor or to take over this regency. Those individuals. Listen, Arnor now is a land of farmers and merchants, and unfortunately, the blood of kings is all but thinned out now. Any other questions?
What's under this sheet?
What sheet? I don't see a sheet.
I must be mistaken then.
What sheet?
In the corner here. Everything else is on display, and this one's covered up.
Oops, I'm sorry. We didn't move the map for our viewers. Apologies, viewers.
Oh,
There.
I didn't even move in there to do that.
I just added some eyes to the sheet in case you.
I thought that was like, were those there a minute ago?
One of you is a murderer. I mean,
No, they weren't there a minute ago.
it's the butler.
No, I'm just joking.
Meddling.
Yes. This. Well, I'm afraid I can't show you that just yet. Perhaps when you return. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a secret.
At some point, Vayman is going to, when the others are out of earshot, is going to talk to the March Warden and say, the person you were trying to think of their name was actually Tolan, and he was married to Saral in I'm forgetting the name of my hometown here. In
Pelarger.
Yeah. I didn't want to let the others know that I'm familiar with the noble houses. Have you heard anything of them lately? How are they fared?
Sorry, you're asking about who?
Essentially, Vayman's parents, possibly. He hasn't claimed them, but his question earlier, the March Warden's question earlier, was he was talking about who Vayman pretends is his grandfather.
Yes.
And he was asking about, he had a son started with a T.
Yes.
Tolan is that name. And he married
Yes.
a woman by the name of Saral. So Vayman is asking him, how are they? Have you heard anything of that family?
No, I haven't of late. I believe I served with your grandfather in. We were in school together. And then we came up through some of the guard corps very early in our younger ages together. But no, I've not heard much of the family. How are they?
I do not know. I have not been in contact with them for many years.
All right. Well, I do have folks coming and going back and forth frequently. I'm happy to send word if that's of interest.
Oh, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to know that they're doing well.
All right. Very well then. All right. Any other questions for Orvandil while you're here?
What are these objects on this table I'm standing by?
Those are, those are the family jewels.
Just out in the open like that?
Yes. We pride ourselves on...
I'd keep those in a safe bag of holding.
Those are of impressive size.
Is this a door over here that leads
Yes.
outside?
Yes.
Not that Kevrum is thinking of anything, but, other characters that I have played in the past.
Yes. Well, that's an astute observation, Master Dwarf. Hadn't really thought of that, although I have to admit that I wasn't the one who really set up the room, but now that you point it out, kind of walks over and just checks the latch on the door. Seems firm enough, but Flora kind of races out of the room a little bit and goes off, and you can hear a bit of a conversation with Flora outside the door. So he leaves you for a minute. The door is, we'll say the door is slightly ajar, though, during this conversation. You can see him and Flora, and then the door is open. And then momentarily, after he's finished the conversation with Flora, you can see he's having another conversation with his man-at-arms.
And he's out of the room?
Yeah, he's just outside the door. They're having a bit of a hushed conversation.
I want to look under the sheet. I think I saw somewhere a redeem.
What was there?
There was a couple.
There was an advantage for Rhuen.
Yes.
For Rhuen, and I got an experience point from Good Devil.
Oh, nice. I see that. And sorry, what's the redeem? Advantage.
Advantage. So it sounds like if I wanted to get a good look under that sheet,
Roll
I might
twice,
have
take the
better
best.
than average. Yeah.
Who's the advantage is for you, or it's just an advantage for anyone?
For Rhuen.
For me.
Specifically.
Okay.
Are you going to tell us that you're going to do it, or are you just going to do it?
I think I'm just going to try to be as unobtrusive as possible.
Okay. Well, he's out of the room. It's just the four of you in the room right now. So.
All right. So what would that be? Would that be intellect?
No, it would be speed.
Speed.
Which is essentially your agility, and advantage really just means you gain an asset. So it lowers the difficulty. It's not too difficult. I'm going to say level 3 difficulty. So you do a 3 speed check. If you have a particular skill like sleight of hand or prestidigitation or something similar, then you can use that. I don't see anything on your sheet.
No.
So then it's just going to be a regular speed check. Difficulty 3 becomes difficulty 2 because of your advantage from stream elements. Oh, Good Devil.
Thank you.
Is it from Good Devil?
Yes, Good Devil.
Okay.
In the past
All right.
characters that I've played.
There you go.
Kev is not a thief or chaotic.
All right. So you kind of see the conversation happening outside in the hallway, and then you see that as your opportunity to kind of deke over and look under this cloth. What is under the cloth is a sword. There is a sword under the cloth. It's kind of sitting on a holder. It's a very, very elegant blade, and there's a matching dagger sitting on like a second level. So it's like two levels of on the holder. So there's the sword in the long part, and then down here, and then the dagger is up here. So sword and dagger. If that makes sense.
Do they have any names? Like, is there anything written?
No, you don't see
On the
anything. They
hilt or
seem
the-
no, you don't see any plates or names or anything that kind of defining what they are.
All right, I want to like fix them in my memory banks
All
so that I
right.
could say describe them later
In your mind palace.
in my mind palace. Yes, they get their
All
own
right.
room.
All right. The conversation in the hallway seems to be getting a little tense. Not heated, but Orvandil's definitely worked up about something.
I might.
Vayman's going to be close to the door, listening to try to pick up
Okay.
what's going on and the mood and what is causing the tension.
Okay. So you can give me some kind of a intellect check. You can do perception or investigation. They're basically the same for you. Well, you have speed. You have your speed. You have speed on your perception for some reason, Vayman. That might be when I set it up, but do you see that?
Yeah, I'll change it.
Yes. Okay.
I'm just gonna find it here.
Did I give you a difficulty?
I just rolled it.
That's okay. Someone is missing. You hear a name, Gil, and somebody is missing. So the man-at-arms has given Orvandil this news that he was expecting a guest or a visitor, and no one seems to know where they are. The name is Gil.
Okay.
And so the longer you listen, Orvandil is essentially saying, contact, the captain of the guard. We need a troop to basically head up the road to find him. He was expected from Fornost. And you all know that Fornost Irene, is a fortress far to the north that was one of the primary fortresses during the wars with Angmar and the Witch King. It has recently been rebuilt. That's why you know about it. You may not remember it from its historical importance, but you definitely know about it from the fact that it has been rebuilt. Many folks had come from Gondor to help support the reconstruction of the fortress at Fornost. And I spelled it wrong in the chat there. My apologies.
How far, like days travel, is it?
Fornost is, let me see. I believe it's quite far. Let me find it. I think it's about a week or more north on the road. Let me find the.
I mean, it depends on how long it takes to travel, because, like, are we going at Tolkien speed of travel, where it's like months here?
3, 4.
Because it's as far away from Bree as Bree is from Tharbad.
Yeah, even farther. So
What direction will we be heading for the
south? You're heading south. Yeah, Minhiriath is southwest, and the Fornost is northwest. And it's a week's ride by horse. It's probably 2 weeks plus by wagon from Tharbad to Fornost.
Okay.
About that. It's very far. It's very far north. Now, something else that you may know or We'll throw it out. You've probably heard a lot of conversation about it. Anumanimus was the capital of Arnor. It's a large city even farther northwest that has been completely decimated, hundreds and hundreds of years ago during the wars with the Witch King. It has not been rebuilt yet because it is a massive effort to rebuild essentially what would become the capital of Anumanimus. Kevrum, you've probably even been in some of the conversations about the planning for this, which they are planning to start it in the next few years once Fornost is complete. Fornost is mostly complete. There's, the last sort of little bits of flooring and, finishes and so on, but it is a staffed garrison now, and it is an operational fortress. But the decision was made to rebuild Fornost before they rebuild Anumanimus, and Anumanus. Man, that's Anumanus, yes. The decision was made to rebuild Fornost before Anumanus for strategic purposes, just to have a more secure domain with a fort versus building the capital city. Tharbad was built because of its position across the river. So that's why, and it's a much further south merchant hub. So that's the reason that Tharbad was built. I probably should switch to the map when we're having
Tharbad is a center of trade. It is on the main roads. It's on the big rivers. It is a center of trade.
Yes, which is why it was built first. First of all, the bridge over Tharbad was down for many, many hundreds of years. For at least 200 to 250 years, the bridge was down. And then that's the reason that it was built, in order to open up the South Road. Once the South Road was built, then the effort was focused on Fornost, which is further north, north of Bree, as you said, and I'll just kind of move the map up there. Fornost is very far north. So Orvandil tells his man-at-arms to talk to the captain of the guard to send a group north to find out what happened to this Gil person. And he separates, and he comes back. They separate, the man-at-arms leaves. Orvandil comes back into the room. Gentlemen, I must take my leave, but certainly you are welcome to remain here as my guests. Finish your drinks and food, but I must excuse myself.
Good evening.
I will see you again, I hope, my lord.
Yes, I will endeavor to see off the caravan when you depart in 2 days hence. Good night, gentlemen. And
Good evening.
he kind of bows to each of you very ceremoniously, and makes his way out of the room.
Look at the rest of the crew. I think that about does our welcome here then.
Oh, shit.
I don't believe staying around without the Lord present is in our best interest.
It's not very polite of us, no.
I'm a little bit surprised they didn't send Slash to bring us back out. It kind of left us to our own devices with these family jewels just hanging here.
Well, Hirluin is hanging around. He's not in the room with you, but Sador is probably in the other room at this point. If you need an escort, we can have Sador there as well.
I think
Vayman keeps. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think we can see ourselves out.
Okay.
Yeah, Vayman is getting way too nervous being around those jewels. He needs to separate himself from that.
Mm-hmm. And Rhuen just wants to grab the sword and run, I think.
I just want to learn. I'm just here to learn.
All right. Hirluin nods to you all, gentlemen. If you believe you need any equipment or anything, please just send word to Sador. He can get you the necessary coin or arrange for it to be on account. I need you as prepared as possible for our 3-week journey. I'm taking care of the wagons. Before you go, who would like to ride, and who would like to take a perch in the wagon?
Us dwarves have very strong legs, dangerous over short distances.
Does that mean you would like to ride, Master Dwarf?
Aye.
You would like a horse?
No, I'll ride. I'll ride. I don't need a horse.
Oh, you want to ride in the wagon?
Yeah, a horse would be wasted on me.
I see.
Vayman will take a. It says, "I will take a horse." Though.
Very well.
I'll ride the wagon as well. Hobbits are not too good on horses. Maybe a small pony. It'd slow you up.
Well, we are traveling by wagon. It's your call, Master Hobbit.
I'll take the cart.
Very well. And Master Rhuen.
A horse would be wonderful. A
Very
brown
well.
one.
Brown one. Well, we shall see what we
we're
can
taking colors. If we get a choice.
do. We'll do what we can. I dare say that the color is probably the least of our concerns when it comes to the horse, but noted. We'll do our best.
Brown's
I
pretty
wouldn't
easy
mind
when it comes
a
to
small
horses.
barrel of that honey mead that Flora served us in the other room. If you want to throw that on the cart.
Oh, believe me, Master Hobbit. The provisions we will be well provisioned for this trip. All right. Well, I shall see you 2 days hence at the royal stables. Sador can show you where they are if you're not familiar, but Master Kevrum, I'm sure you know exactly where they are.
Yeah. Are we doing a time skip for 2 days?
You are doing whatever you would like to do for those 2 days, or a time skip. It's your call. If there's things you want to do.
I have 3 tasks that I want to get done between now and then. The first task is I still need to take what's his name a beer, Gorthar. I got to take Gorthar a beer.
Gorthar, yep.
I am getting a new hat for Slash. A big leather top hat for Slash. Black leather top hat for Slash. I guess I had 4 tasks. 3, I am creating a new invention because that's what Kevrum does. A foldable, portable chair extender for Har.
Excellent. I
A
appreciate
booster
that.
seat.
A booster seat. A portable booster seat for Har, basically, yes. And
Make sure it's got a hollow in the middle for hemorrhoids.
And 4, if there's still enough time, I will be working on a new, more secure locking mechanism for the Lord Orvandil's door.
All
A
right.
locking / support blocking, a better door lock and securing mechanism. Pending time, but that's the least important of the 4.
Okay. All right. Well, the hardest of those tasks is finding Gorthar and getting him a beer. But after a little bit of streetwise effort, you would manage to find him, or at least track him down. Before we go through the rest of the list, is there anything else anyone else would like to do for the 2 day? And it's really a day, and it's really just 1 day. So it's evening now, so it's all day tomorrow, and then the next morning you're meeting. So it's 1 full day really in the city.
So Vayman would make up a list of basically climbing gear and just any type of equipment that we could possibly need. He's methodically going through his brain. Okay, if we run into this, we're going to need this. If we run into that, we're going to need that.
Okay. So you can coordinate with Sador and get that easily. He'll either point it out or he quickly, makes a list of the items and, rushes off, tripping over the rocks the next day as he's running about the city, getting these things, making sure that they're addressed. And if it's something you don't have, well, then, you can use an XP to pull it out of a hat. Pull it out of Sador's hat.
Fair enough.
The magic top hats. All right. Anyone else have any other activities?
I'll like to sort of walk around the dock area there near the Muddy Swan and kind of just pick up on the general conversation of what types of stuff is coming in and out at the docks. Like, we know that there was lumber, some of it bad, but I'm just curious to see what all is getting moved around the...
Mm-hmm.
Particularly if you hear anything about those silver spears.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll also listen to hear if anybody speaks of the spear there.
Yeah, that's what
Thought of highly,
Rhuen is
or if
going
they're
to.
thought of with a negative thing, if they're a little icy cold, for example.
Okay. All right. And Rhuen, any particular activities you want to complete while you're...
Yeah, Rhuen is going to go sort of from tavern to tavern. For real reasons, though, not just for fun. He's going to try to find places that are frequented by more of the native population, more of the Dunlendings of this area.
Okay.
And just kind of get check the pulse, see what people are saying, how people are feeling. Are people mad? He's going to check his Twitter, see what everybody's saying about everything.
The pulse of the nation.
Exactly.
Okay.
Half these accounts say they're from Harad.
Say that again. Sorry.
I said half those accounts say they're from Harad when they do the location check.
Well, interestingly enough, there actually were, I don't know if you noticed, there were some folks from Harad in the Muddy Swan when you were there for dinner. If you happened to look at the tokens or not, but there were some Haradrim there. This is one of the great things about the reunited kingdoms is with Tharbad as it is, as Kevrum had said, it's a trade hub, and literally goods from all over, from Rhuen in the east to south from Harad, are all making their way all over the kingdom, and things that folks here in Arnor and Eriador would never have even dreamed of or seen before are making their way to the marketplaces. So there's a thriving market there from all across. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go very quickly. We'll go back to Kevrum. Finding Gorthauer was tough. It took probably the better part of the afternoon. You helped Sador find his hat, and then you found Gorthauer squirreled away in a little tavern somewhere, and he was a little grumpy at first to see you, but he appreciated the follow through, and you had a rip-roaring time with some ale. And
I keep my word, and when I leave, it's till next time we're floating on a boat again.
Yeah. So he's you spend a little bit of time chatting with him. He's very closed, though. He's not going to share a lot about their operations, but
Not even trying to get him to.
What's that?
Not even trying to get him to, like.
Yeah,
Kevrum
that's all. He's just very closed. He's, while you're there, several people come up to him, whisper in his ear something and leave, and somebody will come up and give him some coin and leave. So he's kind of just doing business at the same time as accepting your hospitality.
Now, as Dusty has seen, I'm really disinterested in what other people are doing as long as they're not harming the small folk of the world.
Yep. All right. So if you have particular questions, you can ask away. We can maybe do that in downtime if you want. Getting the hat for Sador, easily done. It's going to be a question of whether he likes the style or not, but for narrative purposes, we'll assume he loves it. And I'll make sure there's a new image of that.
Already put it in Discord.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it.
I did briefly see it. I didn't take a long look at it, but I did briefly see it. We'll introduce that next week or in 2 weeks. The foldable chair, I think for Har is actually that takes a bit longer, maybe to perfect it. Maybe you get a version 1 and maybe you can perfect that on your journey going forward. But securing the door in Orvandil's place is your bread and butter. That's very easily done. So I'm not gonna take time up rolling for any of these things unless you want to.
I mean, none of these things are going to be like mechanics oriented. They're all story like.
Yeah. All right, Vayman, easily collaborating with Sador on gear. Again, he'll run and get things. He was taking notes, asking question. He starts to run away, turns around, comes back, and then goes back and forth 3 or 4 times, and then finally, okay, I got it, and goes off and finds the things that you need as much as possible with your support, and/or you can also use some contacts to find whatever gear. We're not worrying too much about encumbrance here, as we've talked about. If you need to pull something, out of a hat or out of the wagon, it's probably going to be there. We're not going to worry too much about that unless it's, the shards of Marsal or, oh wait, they're not in this timeline anymore, are they? So unless you're trying to pull, something obviously that would be extremely difficult to get, then generally things that you want will be available. Har, walking around the docks, and this is, I think you and Rhuen were both kind of asking the same thing, just going about it maybe in slightly different approaches. Generally, the city is prospering. Most folks appreciate the investment and the effort that Gondor is putting into the north to restore it. It's a very small group generally of hardcore dissidents, very, very small. Most people are happy and thriving. There are jobs, there's trade, there's goods are flowing. The biggest import to Tharbad is probably food coming up the river. So farms and so on along the river bringing food up is most of what is arriving in the city. On the road is merchants and goods coming from Gondor and the east. There's not a lot coming from the north. Most of the trade is coming from the southeast up to the northwest and or coming upriver. So again, mostly food. There's been no, you did not pick up any word about the silver spears. Unless you specifically mentioned them or asked them, then maybe some folks would say, oh yes, I've heard they've been, doing well, clearing out, some of the dark forces that lingered in the hidey holes, but mostly you hear good things about the silver spears and the work they're doing. A few of those hardcore dissidents are not happy that Gondorian mercenaries are basically in the region, but most people appreciate what the attempt by the king is to create this, reunited kingdom and bring prosperity and law and order and safety to all. I think that covers it for both of you, Rhuen and Har. Was there any other particular elements you wanted to ask or follow up on?
No, that's good.
No, that was all my questions.
Okay. The pulse is good, generally. There's just a small fraction or faction of folks that are unhappy. There's always people that are unhappy, but it's a relatively small vocal group that are stirring up the trouble from what you see, or from what you hear.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Are we good to skip?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So let me find, where is it? Here it is. All right. So the next morning, or sorry, the day after. So you spend a full day wandering around the city, getting your various tasks done, collecting the items. And you are advised to meet at the royal stables. Let me show you where the royal stables are in the city. So the royal stables, sorry, up here. So Orvandil's manor is here. Let me bring this up. Orvandil's manor is there. And, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not on the right map. This ribbon business here. There we go. There we go. Should be coming up shortly. So there's Orvandil's manor. And then way over here is the stable. Over here. All right, so we're good to go there. I think I'm trying to look at the stream at the same time just to make sure it's catching up. So there we go. All right. The royal stables. So you can see two large packed wagons assembled outside the gates of the royal stable. You can see Sador Salian here sporting his new top hat, waiting by the door anxiously for you all to arrive. And he kind of pushes the gates open when he sees you, does a little bit of a bow, takes his hat off, puts it back on his head. And yeah, you can all just drag yourselves onto the map there. I'll fix your sizes in a second. So inside are a number of other individuals. There are, Hirluin is there. You can see Sador is here. There's this chap, there's 4 other guards. Let me find, sorry, where are they here? There's 4 other guards here as well. Oh, where are they? I can't find them. All right, I'm just gonna have to type it. It's easier. So here we go. So there are 4 somewhat subpar looking men at arms, but it's kind of the probably the best that Orvandil could find. You also see this woman here. She is apparently the horse master, so she's the royal horse master. She's kind of helping organize various folks, getting the horses and so on ready. And there is another fellow here who looks a little different than most of the chaps you tend to see around, but it's not sort of massively different. You can probably guess his heritage a little bit. A Rohirrim horseman.
Skyrim for the Nords.
So there's kind of a bit of a large group kind of all gathered here as you're all getting ready to depart. And who are we missing? We're missing Kevrum, I think, here. It's not important if you're not on the map there. Greetings. Hirluin greets you. Ah, my lords, wonderful to have you. Thank you, thank you. I'm so glad that you were able to make it. We certainly couldn't complete this mission without you. Please stow your things on the wagons. I believe Vayman and Rhuen, your horses are over here. Tyrion will gladly help you get familiar with the horses and introduce you to them. You guys can put the names of the horses in chat. They're going to have some sort of fancy Arnorian names. So Tyrion helps Vayman. She's there. She's the horse master, helping get things organized. Leofin is basically a stable assistant, or maybe the assistant horse master. Well, gentlemen, are we good to depart?
I think so.
Very well.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful news. All right. Well, I will thank you so much, Tyrion. He, bids thank you to all the folks here to help loading up the caravan. So there's kind of the guards are also the drivers. So there's one driver and one guard for each wagon. Plenty of room, plenty of room. Come on board, gentlemen. Let me, I gotta send this to the back. There we go. Rhuen, you're on a horse. Vayman, you're going to be on a horse. Har, sorry. Har, you're hopping on one of the wagon. Are you and Kevrum taking the same wagon, or are you going in separate wagons? I mean,
Yeah, we'll
obviously
probably be just sitting beside each other, and I'll keep being like, "Hey, stand up, sit on this, see if this works," while we're riding, because I'm bored and want to be working with my hands.
Yeah. All right.
The whole time I'm going to be like fiddling or carving something or screwing something together, or like, I don't like the board on the side of the wall of this wagon. Let me go ahead and just replace this board.
Got it. All right, so this will be the approximate structure of the group. Hirluin, 2 guards, and Sador will be on the first wagon. A guard riding, or driver, Har, Kevrum, and another guard on the second wagon, Rhuen and Vayman on horses. Sounds good?
Yeah.
Now, do you guys have a preference for caravan order in general? How would you guys like to proceed? There's a long journey south. How would you guys like to organize the caravan? Someone want to go first? Who wants to go last?
If the road permits it, Vayman will almost always be right beside the wagons.
Okay.
Either talking to, our crew, or the guards, or just anybody. He's always talking to somebody.
Okay. Always talking. Got it. Rhuen?
Rhuen is going to sort of swap between being in the front and being in the back.
Okay, so ranging ahead a little bit, and then sort of falling back from time to time.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, so the caravan pulls out just as sort of the sun is starting to burn off all the dew, mid-morning, and you head out for the first trip into Minhiriath. So, as you are even with the wagon pulling out of Tharbad, Vayman and Rhuen, for the most part, Hirluin kind of maps out the plan. So I will pull up the map here. So Hirluin kind of maps out. We'll be heading south straight down the river. There's a small little town called Caranthal where I expect we'll make it by nightfall. Hopefully we'll be able to catch an inn there, and then we'll move on from there. There are a number of other areas. Entamundo is an old town there, but there's nothing left of the remnants there. He's kind of looking at his maps and pointing at things and the ancient maps that he's maybe pulled from Minas Tirith. And he says, after that, we should hit Argond by day 2. And again, hopefully we'll be able to stay at an inn most nights. The region is mostly safe and populated now, so we've got a good trail ahead of us, and then we're going to head south to Balost. Once we hit Absur, that's where the survey will begin. We've already had some local crews doing some preliminary surveys, but we'll start the full survey once we hit sort of the edge of Dol Caladir. Any questions, gentlemen? Any suggestions? Of course, I'm happy to have you along, and we've got lots of land to cover, but would love to hear perhaps some suggestions from you on how we might travel.
Payment's got nothing.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a good route.
Just along
All
for the
right.
ride.
good.
We're
Well,
being paid
let's-
to escort. So that's
Got it. All right. Well, I'm going to go back here for a minute because this is sort of a really good indication of the lands of Eriador and the region that you're in. So this isn't just hitting a trail through, a grassy field, although Minhiriath is known as the Green Sea. That is primarily more further south, and it's called the Green Sea because of its wide-ranging fields. But the lands of Eriador are rough. They are not just simply hitting a road and trekking on through. You can imagine that you need to go up and wind around trails around the foothills of rolling hills. Sometimes the wagons may be getting stuck in various areas that they're just not going to fit. These aren't highways down here. The south road, the main south road, is very well used, but the roads heading south from Tharbad into Minhiriath are very, very rough. I see in the chat, I just happened to look over and see the Elvish word for brown apple. I don't know what that's all about.
Naming the horses.
Oh, I see. Okay, great. Great. Love it. Okay.
In reference to Plops a lot just above.
To what?
Plops a lot.
I get it. Okay, so the point here is this is not easy land to traverse. Lots of open fields, rolling hills, ruins, forests, rough trails. Not an easy journey by any stretch. And the first day is really an exciting adventure for you all. Exploring the lands. Kevrum, you said you hadn't really been much further past Tharbad, right?
That is correct. As far as the Menhiriath area goes, these rolling hills and stuff is not a place where Kevrum has been.
Mm-hmm. So further south, straight from Tharbad, is the land of Enedwaith. Very similar to Menhiriath, but a bit more sort of steppes, if you will. But the lands are very similar. So Rhuen, the point is you're very familiar with this kind of terrain. This is nothing new for you. The foothills of the Misty Mountains, where you were probably born or raised, and then the lands here, the rough lands of Eriador, are very familiar for you. So, mostly uneventful on the first day. You start to head through very twisting areas. Sometimes you kind of have to get off the wagons. The horses, maybe in a couple places, aren't even able to kind of free the wagon. It takes everybody pushing one wagon with the horses just to get this, wagon through a rut. Kevrum probably looking at it saying, well, I could fix this road, just, give me a day. But Hirluin, obviously, we're on a schedule. We don't have time to stop and fix roads. Some places,
Just
dirt
going to hurt
roads.
Kevrum's heart to not fix the roads.
Yes. The road. Some places are dirt roads, right? Farm routes and trails where merchants follow. Other areas you can see that, hey, there used to be some ancient road here. Stones and what's left of, a road from, a millennia ago. Environmental impact studies, yeah. Okay, the first day passes mostly uneventful. You come up over a rise. The weather was fantastic, very nice end of summer day and evening. The sun has still got a couple hours to set as you come up over a rise and sort of down in a low field, in a low area. You see a small town, and you can get a very good view of this town from your current perch. And let me find it. Towns, there it is, Caranthel. Very small town. The lights are just starting to be turned up. The fires, the candles, the lanterns, just starting to be turned up. And you can kind of see this sort of down the hill. You're probably got about another half an hour of travel to get here. You'll easily get there before dark. As you're starting to kind of crest over the hill and come down into the valley, something somewhat disturbing happens. You can hear this ruckus coming from the north. And as you turn to look to the north, the sky is just completely black in this dark mass, almost as far as you can see from left and right, moving south towards you. But it's much wider than the region that you can even see. So it's virtually impossible that you would be able to sort of get away from it. It's moving relatively quickly in the sky towards you.
What's that?
Flee, you fools! So is it like a cloud that's really dark coming down, or does it look like the sky is darkening from creatures flying or something?
There are flying creatures, literally millions of them, moving south.
In that case, Kev is going to shout to everybody to get into the town, get into a building, get into a barn, get under cover. And if it doesn't look like we're going to make it into a building in time, then Kev's going to be like, flip a cart and hide under it.
Yes, you will. You will not likely make it to the town in time, so you will need to seek some cover of some
So-
kind, if that's what you want to do.
For Vayman's viewpoint, since he's on his own horse, does he think he can make it? You know, maybe the wagons can't make it, but he's assessing the situation.
He probably can make it if he makes a successful riding roll to get there. It's not going to be hard. It's just he's going to have to push the horse to get
he's
there.
judging. Okay, do I risk reward? You know, is it worth leaving everybody to save his own butt when he might not make it? I mean, the worst thing that could happen for him was to get halfway and then be alone. So he's going to decide not to, but he is at least thinking about it.
Okay.
If it's too far that we're not going to be able to make it for cover, do I see something nearby that could be used for cover?
Well, you could get under the wagons. You have time to.
Right.
You would have time to get under the wagons, or take a tarp out, some of your tents maybe, and just pull some tents over. But are you trying to hide from the creatures, or are you just trying to not be
we're not
seen?
going to hide the wagons. So Kevrum's going to be hollering at people to grab something large out of the wagon, put it down, and make walls with it, and then get underneath the wagon. So, grab a box, put the box down beside the wagon, kind of as a barrier, and then get underneath the wagons. And Kev is going to be putting boxes and heavy things beside the wagons to try to build some sort of barrier up until the very last second.
Okay. So you do have rain tarps that would be put over the wagon if it started to rain, and you can easily unload some of the crates of food and so on to create bits of barricade. So it's relatively easy to do that, and you have time. You can see this thing. It's 10 minutes away by the time you guys figure out what it is.
Then that's exactly what we're doing, is building barricades with the boxes and things beside the wagons so that there is some sort of cover underneath them.
All right.
The horses can't go under the wagons.
Tie the horses up and pray.
What is the terrain? I mean, are there, cliffs or anything like that around?
Hills, caves, something.
There's some grass and some trees.
Yeah, you're mostly in a sort of you're kind of heading over the crest of the hill and kind of heading down a road, a dirt road at this point with trees. I think I've changed the map, so.
Okay.
You guys can. The longer you try to look for something, the less likely you're going to be able to set up the barricade that you're hoping to assemble.
Oh, Kev is barricading now and telling everyone else to barricade.
So Vayman is, before we start barricading, Vayman is going to suggest that we pull the wagons under trees. If these things are coming from the sky, at least that'll give a little bit of extra cover.
Yeah, get off the road.
All right.
Let's do that.
It's a good suggestion.
Maybe
all right. You can
tie the tarps to the trees and then across some of the other supplies. So that
it's not about hiding; it's about securing it.
Right. So you can you can easily get the horses under the canopies of the trees for the most part. So about the time you get the barricades and everything under the trees, it's at this point that this cloud of creatures starts to fly over, and I need everybody to give me a perception roll, an intellect roll. It's going to be difficulty 3. It's not too difficult. It's demanding. You can use some effort if you want. Speaking of which, everyone should have clicked the rest button up until now. All right, so that is a GM intrusion for Vayman.
Where is the rest button?
Kevrum failed. Okay. All right, so this appears to be. I'm still waiting on Har and
Yeah.
Rhuen.
I'm praying
Either-
for butterflies, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So would this be an intellect defense? Or
No,
just
it's just a regular intellect check if you don't have an ability, if you don't have a specific ability.
all right.
All right.
What was the
Nice.
difficulty again? I'm sorry.
I think I said 3.
Yep, that's what I put in.
Yep.
Use one effort.
Okay. So Rhuen and
Vyventar! Sorry, we just got raided.
oh, yep. All right. So we got a little raid happening here. From where did we get raided from?
Vyventar. We raid Vi sometimes. Vi raids us sometimes. It's pretty sympathetic.
All right.
Friend of the channel.
Syncopatic. Welcome, Raiders. Yes. Awesome. Perfect timing. Perfect timing for a shitstorm, which is what we're about to encounter.
Possibly made of real shit. We don't know yet.
Yes, it's absolutely made of real shit. And unfortunately, Vayman is trapped out in it because he spent way too long looking at this thing, trying to figure out what it was. And when he attempted to get into cover, unfortunately was a little bit slow getting into it. So no, it's not flying monkeys, but it is just birds. Har and Rhuen, you are the outdoorsmen. This is unprecedented. You've never seen, especially this time of year, during where migration would normally be many, many months from now, literally hundreds of thousands of birds seemingly flocking together and heading in a single direction. And these are birds of every stripe. This isn't just one type of bird. This is birds of every size and shape. It's almost like the birds are leaving the region for some reason from the north.
Oh, that can't be good.
Heading
That's not
south.
a good sign.
So, Vayman, unfortunately, you're going to be a little smelly. You took a little too long trying to study this cloud, and maybe you just found yourself out of position. But obviously, not every single bird is taking a dump at the same time in the same place. But unfortunately, just as you were trying to get into the wagon, Kevrum was like blocking that side up. And then you ran around to the other side, and that side got blocked up, and you were just a little bit too long getting in, and you caught a few of the slings and arrows coming from this group of birds. So you got some stains on your clothes that are probably not going to come out, and maybe a couple. The wagon got lovely has a new paint job as well. So again, not every single bird is going to happen to just take a dump at that moment, but given the magnitude of birds, there's obviously enough of them that are causing a problem. So that's your GM intrusion. Your clothes have these fine clothes that you maybe purchased specifically for the trip now have a few ill-placed spots.
Can Vayman spend an XP and not have shit all over him? Because he will.
So unfortunately, this time you cannot, because you rolled a 1 in this case. If you want to
Double stamp and triple
re-roll,
stamp.
listen, it's not that it won't come out. It's
Yeah, no problem.
yeah, and again, it's a couple spots. it would be silly to just say you're absolutely covered in head to toe from in bird poop, but unless there was a redeem, of course, but that didn't happen. Although I do have my super advantage as well still, so yeah, I have a super advantage from our Expanse campaign. Yours truly earned a super advantage. So, did we lose?
I think Jim died.
Yeah, we lost Rhuen. He has an aversion to. Yeah. Okay. So unfortunately, we lost Jim. Hopefully, he'll be back shortly. Yep. Okay. So this bird flock just passes over for many minutes. So it took 15 minutes for it to get here. It's basically for as far as you can see to the east and the west in the sunset, hundreds of thousands of birds of all stripes moving over, and little plops of bird poop from now and again stop. Occasionally a certain flock of a certain type might swoop down, land in the tree, and then rest their wings for a second and then basically take off again. So these birds are just flocking south, fleeing the north, it would appear. What would you guys like to do?
I want to look at Vayman and go, damn, you look like shit.
Touche, dwarf.
Hopefully that didn't ruin too many of our provisions.
But when they are gone, I will start reloading the wagons.
All right. So it takes about 15 to 20 minutes for all these birds to pass over, and eventually they are gone. You can see them moving to the south, continuing on, and you start to pack the wagon up. You will easily make it to town before dark still. It is summer after all, so the sun sets late. I'll move you back to Carenthal. Anything you want to do while you're heading back into town? Any questions?
Was that thing large enough that there's bird droppings even on some of the buildings in town? Like, did the townspeople get assaulted? Well,
oh yeah, yes, for sure. Yes, the flyover. Yes, the flyover definitely affected the town, and the trail ahead of you. You can see, droppings. Again, it's not like a blanket, but it's enough. There was enough birds that obviously they made a mess.
I hope nobody was cooking anything outside.
Well, maybe birds.
That'll be a little extra spice in their stew.
But if you were a hunter, talk about easy pickings for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Thunk.
Yep. All right. So, yeah. So you pull into town. The villagers. You can see a few of them had. Oh, welcome back, Jim.
I'm back.
Jim will be back for the stream momentarily. There he is. So, Jim, you managed to survive the flyover of the birds as a group.
Yeah, I still heard everything.
Oh, okay, great. So you're heading into town. The village got a little bit peppered, and most of the villagers are outside now, gathered, kind of watching this cloud move away to the south, this phenomenon. And everyone's kind of talking about it as you pull into town with your two wagons.
So the
Hirluin is a little beside himself. He's not really an outdoors man too much, but He's used to sort of surveying at building sites, not so much surveying in in wide open areas like this. But
The first local we're going past. Does that sort of thing happen here often?
Nay, Master Dwarf, no. That's the first we've seen this.
Tell me, good sir, is there a laundry in town? Someone that might be able to get some stains out of my cloak.
Well, sir, I think we all tend to do our own laundry. If you get my drift. Not really. No, there's not really there is a seamstress in town. I mean, I'm sure you could probably give her a few coins to clean your clothes, but we don't. It's not really it's not a request we see often.
Understood. If you could direct me to your seamstress, though, that would be fantastic.
I think we found a name. And she even likes your face. She feels sorry for you.
All right, sure. We'll do that. Thank you. What's illegal?
Yeah.
But you're neither player nor GM.
That's true.
Gray area.
All right.
No one else can hear you.
All right. So, sorry, folks. There's a little bit of technical difficulties there happening in our ears, but this is Milda. Milda is the local seamstress, and the chap that you were introduced to. The chap that you spoke to said to go and see Milda in the northern road there. Hirluin, in the meantime, is with Sador, and the front wagon are visiting the inns to try to find an inn for the night. Is there anything else you guys would like to do as the sun dips down slowly on the day?
If I see any things that are obviously damaged and easy to fix, I'm going to be kind of bored from riding in the wagon and not doing things. So Kev will probably start nailing things into the wall and fixing broken posts and just randomly helping people fix things because he's bored.
I like this guerrilla maintenance.
Guerrilla maintenance, nice. So you're just gonna try to
guerrilla maintenance,
randomly trying to help out the townsfolk.
Oh, bloody troll shanks! There's bird crap in my old Toby.
I hate when that happens.
You can thank the fighting Finn for that.
Yeah.
All right.
He got that redeem in, so now it's
all right.
my
So,
pouch.
so Hirluin returns. Well, folks, the inns are full up for the night. It looks like we'll be camping, but the tavern is open, and dinner is on me, of course. So I would suggest we pack the wagons. They've instructed us that we should camp in the southwest field here. There are a few others there, but the field's a little messy. So we'll.
I'm gonna spend an XP on an intrusion.
Okay.
The local. I don't think it's a big enough town to actually have a smithy, but the local blacksmith, horseshoer, stabler person,
Dentist
slash dentist slash surgeon sees me fixing on things, and I end up helping him out on some of his tasks and have a place to rest in his shed or barn or attic or loft or something.
All right. No problem.
Vayman
Are
is-
you... Yep.
I was just going to say, Vayman is going to go see the seamstress
Okay. All right.
this evening.
Is anyone going to the tavern?
Oh,
Or are you going to...
I mean, I'll need a bite of food first, yes.
Okay.
And then once that bite of food is done, then I'm going back to like helping out the local farrier.
Okay. All
now
right.
that my old Toby's wrecked, I'm going to go for a pint.
That sounds like a good plan.
All right. So Hirluin and Sador and the guards are going to stay and guard the wagons, as is sort of their responsibility. Hirluin will join you at the pub after you've sort of completed your seamstress. Are you going to leave? You're going to leave a set of clothes with her, Vayman, and just kind of pick them up in the morning?
It depends on whether she can clean my cloak or not. I'm assuming I have my hood down and all that stuff, so it's basically my cloak.
Yeah.
I would like if.
Well, she's got to wash it and dry it. You're not gonna wear it wet, right?
Right. And I will take a look at her wares. You know, perhaps she has a cloak that is equally fine to the one I was wearing.
She doesn't really have a shop. It's kind of more like the front room of her house is kind of where she has, stacks of clothes and so on. She doesn't do laundry, but because of the connection that you made, she's willing to do the wash for you. Most of her work is just repairing work clothes and so on for the town. And, maybe she has a few things, resells. She resells some vintage stuff that she picked up on Tharbad markets.
Okay. I will. I will tip her graciously.
There's 10,000 years of band history here, so there's definitely vintage. All right, you're going to tip her generously. No problem.
Yeah.
Looks like we lost Jim again, unfortunately. I think he said he could probably still hear us, but...
He's in and out.
I'm back.
Oh, there he is. He's back. All right.
Quit putting that ring on, lad.
All right, so as... Nice. All right, XP for you, Cam. That's a good one. Okay, so as the sun sets, the folks at the wagon are setting up the camp. You all kind of head into the local tavern. We're not gonna switch the map now. We're winding up here. The tavern is packed. Everyone is inside talking about this thing, and it seems to have set them off a little bit, meaning that maybe they see it as some kind of an omen. Maybe they don't really know what it means. Maybe it's a sign. But as they're kind of all talking, suddenly they all break out in song, or many of them break out in song. And so we have a song that we can either all sing or we can just read through. This is our first Middle-earth song, and we're going to end after the Middle-earth song. So how do you guys want to handle the first song? Because this is the first of many songs. Tolkien, obviously, as we know, is very famous for the songs. This one is called the Wagon Wheel Song. Are we all prepared to finish the session with the Wagon Wheel Song?
Yes.
The song is right there on Discord. Do you want me to? I can put it on the other one here if that's easier. No, it's not that bad. All right, so the tavern is, again, they're all wound up about this thing, and suddenly they all kind of start to break out. One person starts singing this song. I'll start. You guys can chime in. but maybe you've heard it, maybe you've not, but it's a very patriotic song about Arnor, and something about this bird incident has triggered a little bit of patriotic fervor from this group. So we're going to sing this song in Middle-earth style, and then we're going to wrap up for the
Do
night.
we have a rhythm?
Well, I will start, and you guys can sort of pick up from there, and we're just going to do our best. And everyone's going to get 2x. Everyone that sings is going to get 2 XP. That's how we're going to do it.
How about some call and repeat going on?
All right.
Yeah.
So imagine we've got this full packed tavern, everyone in town talking about this incident, and then suddenly a song breaks out. From the blue mountains to the twilight streams, the high king builds his tower of dreams. The walls are high, the banners tall, and the king's law covers one and all. But roll, wheel, roll, the wind is free, from the northern moors to the southern sea. The king commands the stone and steel. Arnor belongs to the turning wheel. The guards stand straight in coats of mail. On the great east road, a shining trail. No orc, no wolf, no shadow dares to cross the land the king repairs. So roll, wheel, roll, the wind is free, from the northern moors to the southern sea. The king commands the stone and steel. Arnor belongs to the turning wheel. Let him keep his crown of gold. I'll make a fire against the cold. For Arnor's might is deep and long, but the road is short and life a song. All right.
Amen.
The tavern erupts. Everyone is cheering. Mugs are raised. The patriotism for Eriador and ancient Arnor is through the roof in this small town. And that is where we will end our evening.
Awesome.
All right. Dr. Twitch, is there something for me to read? I guess it's in the weekly schedule, right? That's okay. That's okay. So today is, here we go. I got it. All right. So tomorrow night, Measure of a Machine, Cookie Trek. Rufus Spot and Simon have finally been rescued as soon as they have gotten through that creepy blue light rub gel on me quarantine. Wow. Kind of like bird crap. No, maybe not. Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm sure one of them will write up the promotional read that goes right here. Then also tomorrow night, Architects After Dark with Pawn Donkeys. Okay, for the real sis this time, Pawn Donkeys assures me that he has a guest and he hasn't been gaslighting this whole time, which has been news to me because Pawn Donkey's got friends. Which is ironic because Pawn Donkey actually made the post. So he's telling himself that he has friends. I'm not sure what's going on.
Just wants to hear it from other people. Say he has friends. He's a friendly individual.
All right. Monday, Star Trek, Honor Demands Honor. Be honored honorably. I read that the other day. I loved it. Today is a good day to watch a new Star Trek TTRPG centered around Klingons. What can we say about what we will see? Well, I signed a very tight NDA, so if we is me, we can't say much, but I do know there will be honor. All right. Also on Monday, Pawn Donkey After Dark, Architects After Dark, and then back again Tuesday, Eve of Rhuen. This is next Tuesday, the 31st. By the skin of their teeth, the Brawlers managed to stop the cult of Vecna from completing their ritual sacrifice. However, the cessation of ritual was not without its own consequences. Upon defeating one of the cultists committing the ritual, Their death caused the spell to break in a way our heroes could not have predicted. When the dispersed magics causes a shatter in reality. Oh wait, sorry, that was very bad reading. Hopefully that made sense. The shatter sent the brawlers on an unexpected trip through the various planes of existence, all of which showed different variants of their situation. Falling for what seemed like ages, our heroes finally came to a rapid stop at the bottom of their own open graves. After crawling out and dusting themselves off, the brawlers quickly noticed we're not in Neverwinter anymore. But before the brawlers could even try to catch their breath, an army of undead made stopping a fatal choice. Forced to retreat, Barty and company head for the perceived safety of what looks to be a version of Neverwinter. Will the city be safe? Be the safe harbor they need, or have they jumped out of the frying pan and into the fire? Find out in the next episode of Eve of Rhuen. Episode 10, Break the Walls.
Break the walls and travel the planes, because that's what GM Good Devil hates.
All right, that was a novel. All right, so Chance has just been awarded a personal advantage for that comment by our tech master, Dr. Twitch. And thank you all for joining us tonight. We spent a little bit of time in the city with March Warden Orvandil. We finally got on the road, and things are just going to get more chaotic from here. So thanks for joining the last Dirge of Arnor. Thank you to our players. Thank you to Dr. Twitch. And good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
All right, thanks for watching.
Thank you, everybody.
Love you guys.
Oh, I see. So sorry. Dr. Twitch is telling us about our raid, I think. He's
Raid
speaking
I thought he
in,
was just mumbling again.
he's speaking in some kind of language that I didn't quite understand. Yeah. Something about anime boy. That's about all I got out of that. So
That was my high point too, Rob.
here comes the raid. Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying, here comes the raid. I'm assuming it's coming.
Here comes the raid again.
Falling on my head.
Head like a memory.
Oh my god.
Raid,
Purple raid. Nice. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm gonna run out of XP here from giving them out from all these good. Undead
3
Commander,
seconds.
here we go.
3 seconds.
Undead.
Almost. Soon. Happening. It's totally raiding. We're still definitely. It's gonna happen. I swear,
Yep.
guys. Like maybe it was 13 seconds.
Press
And
the
we're out.
button.